Hi Andy, thanks for taking some time out to give us a quick interview. I've got a couple of questions for you. Since our last interview, it's been quiet for us fans, but I take it you've been busy, and I don't really understand what you as a manager do between sort of one season and the next.
How long have you got? Well, it's been particularly busy this summer. I mean, I haven't stopped, if I'm honest. I've had no break, no holiday. My choice, I should have. But yeah, I mean, it started at the end of the season with change around in the management team, with Darren leaving and Sean. Neither of which were complete surprises, but the timing of what they did was probably a bit of a surprise, but to say not unexpected for me. So a lot of time went into that, making that change, and then I started on the issue of trying to address the squad and trying to get it right for this season, and that takes time. It's not full on, but trying to approach the players that we would like to bring in, followed by the current squad, inevitably players on holiday and that sort of thing. So it's been a typical summer. Probably been busier than I have been in an effort to get it right. We started some trial games for under 23s as well, which we've been into, and then tonight we've had a first team trial session. Plenty of things to do. I feel like I haven't been away from here, to be honest. I've been over here a few times meeting players, and you've seen the results of that with 2 or 3 new signings. But yeah, busy summer. No, any manager worth his salt will tell you there's no downtime. You're never really off duty, and your phone never stops. And it's certainly been a baptism of fire for Mario and Steve as well. With that.
Yes, I'm talking about Mario and Steve and the new management team. Perhaps you could give us some sort of idea of what we can expect from them, what their strengths and their weaknesses are.
Well, listen, they're both incredibly enthusiastic about what they're doing, and I don't mean that simplistically. They love the game, they love the opportunity, loving the opportunity to do what they do. Both very, very thorough, very detailed. They're gonna bring. We've had a very professional approach. Sean and Darren have been fantastic last season. They'll bring a different style. I think with Mario's coaching in particular, they're a little bit younger. They're still kind of players really, so they're still, much as Darren was, they're still sort of attached to the players a bit. So they bring in an understanding of the current players, if you like. I mean that by the players in the marketplace, not just the current players here. But the standards as well. They both had high standards as players. They'll bring. Not that the standards are not high. I feel like I want to qualify everything, but it's a renewed energy, and it's positive. We've had some really good meetings between us. Planning things out, and the way we've been sort of approaching it, and how we want to do things. I felt a bit old, I must be honest, for the first time in my management career. I have lots of ideas and thoughts, but we have meetings and we sort of trace back about what I've done in the past and how I've built teams and things, and you find yourself talking in the past, and you certainly feel as though as I said to you the other day, I think when I started was some 20 years ago, 1998. To which Mario said, "Yeah, I was 13 at the time." But it's been good. They'll bring a real drive and energy and I say a real positivity to what we do. They'll bring some quality as well in terms of the work that they do. Mario on the coaching side, Steve will be focusing more on the sort of tactical, analytical side of things as well, rather than coaching. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's a big change for me. I have to say, I've worked previously with an assistant and a coaching staff that's been very, very constant, and you get to you're all on the same page. You get to know as a team what you want, and we're having to go through a little bit at the moment, but so far so good. Really enjoying it.
Okay, well thank you for that. That's a very thorough answer, but this I think leads on to my third question, is we're now got a fixture list of pre-season matches.
Mm-hmm.
What can we, the fans that are going to come and watch these, what should we be looking for?
In the pre-season games?
Pre-season games, are we looking, examples, are we looking at new tactics? Are we looking at new ways of setting up? What are we looking at?
Oh, for sure, there'll be we've decided how we want to how we want to do things in terms of the style of play that we'll adopt, the type of player that we brought in to be able to play that way. I think that will be evident in terms of the way we play. There'll be some players around in the early stages, as ever in pre-season, some younger players that we're going to be looking at. We've seen some in the trials. We've had some good players that we've approached that want to come into the club as well. And obviously you see some new faces for sure. There's definitely going to be a new look to it. Okay, that's been brought about by players who are not coming back. I've had a bit of disappointing news last couple of days, and one or two players, Ryan Blake says he's not coming back, and Brad Watkins informed me yesterday that he's now not coming back, and very, very disappointing in the way that things have been done. But you just got to move on. And there are one or two others as well. Sort of it's a bit of a moving feast really with the squad. But Danelle Winter's gone off to train at another club. There's going to be some change, but I need to try to pull all those together and keep supporters updated as things are happening. But the hardcore of the squad's here. The players that we really wanted to keep are still here, and that's the great news. We've got a good nucleus. Chairman's been very supportive, not just with those players and what we needed to keep them, but also with the new players we've added. And we're not finished yet. I've agreed some terms with a player this afternoon, which are probably a little bit unfair because there's one or two I's to be dotted and T's to be crossed.
I'll save that, and let's have player announcements through the channels of the website normal. I don't think that.
But suffice to say, Mark, I think it's exciting times. The one thing that probably just to finish on that question, we are going to work with a smaller squad. We were a bit top heavy last year. We needed it at times where we stretched with injury and availability issues, especially towards the end of the season. But we're going to operate with a smaller squad of I'll say better players, no disrespect to anybody who's played, but what we think will be a hardcore of say 13 or 14 players, and then some young players around that as well. And the good news on the young player front, the likes of Jack Hockney, Junior Mabai, Matt Nolan, all those players will be back with us. They're all better and stronger for a year with us. And then we're trying to add some younger players as well. So we've got to make it work. We've got to balance the squad. We've got to balance the playing budget as well.
Well, that comes about because we're creating an under-23 team, doesn't it?
Absolutely,
that allows us to support the
absolutely.
and the first.
So I think in summary you'll see a slightly different looking squad, a kind of a fresher approach, and you will see a change in the way that we do things. We're not going to set out to be, we're not going to be suddenly playing like Barcelona. But there'll be a difference to what we do, and that's come about from what we know and what we've seen last year, and around the ideas that we've got as a management team, how we think we want to play. So.
Okay, thank you very much. I think you've actually answered my fourth question, which was going to be generic.
I'm good at that.
You're good at that. Which
reading upside down.
Yeah, generic about players and the structure of the team. So to finish off, do you have a message for the fans this year? Or, what can we what is your hoping to achieve this year?
Listen, the message is I suppose in a way the same as last year. Come and support us. You were very, very patient with us last year. Expectations are always high in the club, and I understand that, and that's part of the reason I enjoy being here. It's we as a club we demand a lot, and we're going to try and deliver a bit better this year. We want to be in and around. The league has changed dramatically. We've lost 11 teams, so half the teams have gone. 6 of the top 8 have gone. It's got a whole new look to it. I believe with the chairman and the rest of the board that this is an opportunity for us to, and you've seen by the type of signings we've made, an opportunity for us to really push on and see if we can get ourselves in and around that top 5 or 6 of the league every week. And that's what we're going to be aiming for, and I'd like to think that people, you know, the fans will come out and support that. And equally in the tough times, you know, it doesn't always go well. Not every week of every season is, you know, it flows as well as you wanted to. So yeah, come back and give us a chance again. I know you will. We're looking at that league with a keen eye. We're looking at the cup runs as well. We'd like to go one better than we did in the FA Cup, and certainly like to improve in the FA Trophy. But yeah, stick with us. Come and give us a chance. Come and make the noise. The feature of the club, and you know the home support's fantastic. But the away support again has been a real feature last year. Even at the end of the season when we picked up a little bit, but you know, always amazed every Tuesday night when we're a long way from home, the amount of people who come and, you know, and give us their backing. So
and we're still making all the noise.
Yeah, do the same again. You know, and let's be loud and proud about what we do. And you know, hopefully this year we aim to deliver and bring you something really to shout about.
Thank you very much, Andy. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.